The issue with Improvised. Or not, might not be an issue for you, depends. Watch and find out. So, improvised pieces, are they worth it? Are they worth the time investment? Because that's essentially what you're actively asking. Recently, I did a CC video where I basically said best in slot was going to be like Hannah Yu, along with a golem piece, because skill haste, status effect, and a few people were saying improvised will be better. Although technically this isn't wrong, Hannah Yu will give you 10% skill haste from the brand set bonus, and then with a 12% skill haste roll, this is a total of 22%. Their argument was that with a good set of improvised gloves, you're able to get something along the lines of this. So you can get a skill haste roll, which is 12%, and then a skill haste mod, which is also 12%. This is a grand total of 24%. Like I said, technically not wrong. 24 is clearly bigger than 22. So here we have my normal CC build with skill haste, status effect on a Hannah Yu. My cooldown on this is 16.4 seconds. Awesome. That's pretty much the standard. Now we're going to change my gloves over to my improvised, which I genuinely made earlier for this video. 16.2 seconds. Now admittedly, the mod that I've got on the gloves isn't completely maxed out. However, it won't actually make a difference. I'm missing 0.1. It won't make a difference to the actual overall calculation that the game utilizes to show the cooldown. It will remain at 16.2. You won't notice this. It will possibly save you over the course of like a mission, depending on what you're doing. It might save you maybe 2 seconds over the course of an entire mission. However, due to the way in which foam works, you don't really need that greater uptime on your CC. You just need people to kill things quick enough. Then comes the issue of actually crafting them. This is me genuinely crafting those gloves you just saw. I first start with Hannah Yu, just to show how pretty much every roll you get with Hannah Yu will near enough be usable. And lo and behold, I got a usable pair first try. All I've got to do is change skill damage to status effect, and it will take maybe 3 or 4 optimizations to get that skill haste to max. Problem solved. Hannah Yu done. Or if you don't want to craft them, wait till Hannah Yu is in the open world. Targeted loot shouldn't be too difficult, RNG depending. Problem solved. Then with improvised, as soon as I can find them, it's been a while. Due to how many variations there are, it can take a minute. This one's got a skill tier, repair skill, crit chance. Unusable for what I'm wanting. Dead. Get rid. Next one. This time we are going to get a blue core Hasbro skill damage. Again, for what I'm wanting, unusable. Now annoyingly, I was hoping for this to take a little bit longer, but this pair do turn out pretty much perfect. I get a skill tier, skill haste, and status effect. However, it took 3 more tries, I've wasted more resources, and now I've got to actually optimize these. On top of that, I need to make sure that I have a 12% max skill haste mod roll. Now annoyingly, this wasn't the best showcase ever. I was kind of hoping to get the Hannah Yu gloves sorted pretty damn quick. Maybe not first try, but at least pretty damn quick. And then for it to take 10, 12, 15 tries for me to get the improvised, just to sort of be like, see, not really worth it. But getting them on third try does show that 1, it is possible. 2, it still took 2 more tries than to get the Hannah Yu. It's all RNG, as well as the resources you need to be able to make the improvised are going to have to be their own separate grind, where you could just grind Hannah Yu directly. Then you've got to grind the mats to actually optimize, which you will have to do for both pieces anyway, so that's kind of cancelled out. Then you've got to grind anyway to get the damn max roll skill haste mod, unless you already have it, in which case you've done your grinding. But you have to do a few extra steps, all for a decrease of 0.2 seconds. Now, this isn't me saying that those people saying improvised are technically better than Hannah Yu. They are correct. My issue is there's a few extra steps, there's a lot of extra grinding to get absolutely minimal return on investment. You are going to be grinding so much more, potentially. You might be really lucky, you might not be. There's going to be a lot more grinding involved to get Improvised up to scratch of where they're actually able to even remotely compete with your typical brand high-end sets and pieces. Improvised are very good. A lot of people sometimes argue that Improvised is straight up bad or not worth it. This is incorrect. If you're able to utilize Improvised in the correct build in the correct way, Improvised are actually incredibly powerful simply due to that extra mod slot. It allows for a lot more customization on your builds, as well as utilizing a variety of different mechanics within the same type of build. They can be very powerful. They are, however, not new player friendly. I would not, and I try not to, recommend improvised pieces for a variety of different builds that may or may not technically get more out of them than other pieces, simply just because the amount of grind it takes to get them. This game can already be pretty damn grindy. It's actually one of the main things I like this game. I like the grind. However, I'm a nut job. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh yeah, this is like the best build ever, like 100% everyone should run this, look at it like 5-piece improvised, it's OP, and then cause SHD 600 players to burn through every resource they've got to make this one build, when I can just say easily grind out a Gruppo piece with this talent, try and get this roll on it, blah de blah de blah, and you'll basically do the exact same thing, maybe 1% less. It's easier on you, it's easier on me, and I'm not forcing you to sink or suggesting for you to sink absolutely thousands of hours, potentially, down the drain just to try and craft 1 or 2 improvised pieces. I'm at 11k SHD, I have no life. I would not suggest putting too much time or effort into improvised pieces, simply just because where there is so much RNG involved, like with Hannah U, if you craft a Hannah U piece, you know for a dead certain you are going to get a skill tier. All you need from there is either skill haste or status effect. You can change the other one. With Improvised, you might get skill haste, skill damage, and a red core. You're basically trying to craft a unicorn, which is problematic within itself, let alone even trying to actively farm one. Trying to craft one, especially with this game's crafting mechanic, is just 1, tedious, 2, a resource sink, and 3, 99% of the time, it's just not worth your time. So, Improvised, are they good? Yes. Are they helpful and powerful and sometimes best in slot on a good few builds? Yes. Will I ever recommend them on any build other than a Protection from Elites DPS build? No. I have too much respect for your time as well as my time to do that, he says, when he could have done this entire video in 2 minutes and it's now approaching 8 minutes 30. So, speaking of which, gotta get that ad revenue. Have fun, good luck. Don't die. I don't recommend Improvised simply because you can get near enough the exact same effect using a variety of other brand set and gear set bonuses. It's bad for the health.